Food for thought. Focus. Good morning. I got into a discussion the other day with someone about focus. They asked me, how do I stay focused? And I said, well, it's not easy. It's very difficult. It takes a lot of discipline. I said, if you think of focus, we all know how it relates to a camera and why it's important to a camera. Because if the picture's out of focus, then it's not quite as good. So we've emphasized you've got to be in focus if you want a good picture. Well, focus between you and someone else. Focus between you and a subject, between you and an object, is very much like that. Because if you don't stay focused, you end up with some fuzzy ideas of what you heard and how you interpret them. So when you think about focus, I started out with a mission statement for my life. And so in terms of my daily life and activity, staying in focus is predicated around the mission that I have for my life. And I'm going to share that with you. My life mission helps keep me focused on where I'm going and what I'm doing. And my life focus is to maintain my integrity and my values and to grow spiritually, emotionally, physically, intellectually, each and every day, and try to be an inspiration to others that want to do the same thing. So, how does that keep me focused? When I'm on the golf course on Sunday morning, I get a little nudge that says, if you're trying to grow spiritually, what are you doing out here on the golf course? It's a check. So if you can develop your own personal mission statement, it'll help you focus on the issues of life that are important to you. What's important also, and it's something that I've trained myself on, and people around me comment on it from time to time, is I notice everything. I focus on everything. If you get a haircut, I'll know it. If you shave your mustache, I'll know it. If you put on makeup that you don't usually put on, I'll notice it. It doesn't. I notice, and it's a practice. I ask myself to observe. I look at everything, and this will seem strange to you, especially at 80, but I started it a long time ago. I ask myself sometimes as I'm admiring something, is this the last time I'll ever see this picture? And I absorb it as much as I can. So if we thought about our life in terms of a mission statement, it would help keep us on track. When somebody calls me and says, I would like to spend some time with you, I had a young lady call me yesterday and came over and asked me to help her. She's trying to start a business, and would I give her some thoughts? My mission statement says, I want to be an inspiration to others that do the same thing. If I say no, obviously, I'm not living and I'm not focused on my life's mission. Well, every day we need to focus on the day. What's your mission for a given day? What do you want to accomplish on a given day? When you get up in the morning, how do you want to start your day? Before I go to sleep at night, it sounded like I might say in the middle of the afternoon, but before I go to sleep at night, I think about what I want my first 2 hours to look like. And then I start to plan a schedule. What is it that I want to do? So I got some idea where I want to go. I leave myself room because I know that disruptions come, and I evaluate them, as we've talked about a schedule many times, the importance of staying on your schedule. But you do have interruptions, especially, and if they're important, you want to stop and take care of them and then get back on your schedule. If they're not, put them aside and stay on schedule. But the focus on these items, the focus in an exchange between two people, the way you stay focused is to block out all the mental things that come into your mind. We all have things that come up from time to time, and I don't know about you, but I listen very carefully to my self-talk because I can get negative very quickly. And so all my life I've worked hard to be positive, and I've gotten to a point few years back, quite a few years back, but where I realized that I now have a positive attitude about what's going on in my life. And I look positively at opportunities. But that's a focus that you have. So think about focus like a camera. If you don't focus on the subject that you're involved with at the moment, and this is really about the intention of a particular moment in time, if you don't focus on it, it's going to be like a picture that you took that was out of focus on a camera. It's going to be fuzzy. You're going to make some generalizations. You're going to make some assumptions. You're going to develop a reality filter if you're not focused that really doesn't have what's real. It's just your interpretation of what is real. Focus is important. How do you do it? Again, I'm going to go back and say, have a mission for your life, a mission statement for your life, and then think about each day what you want to accomplish, and then have the discipline that when you're engaged with somebody, you stay engaged with them. You get your game face on, and you think about them. I have a saying, when you're with somebody, be with that somebody. And that all started when I spent time with my granddaughter. I spent time with her. I didn't get distracted by anything else. That was special time. And it helped me a lot in my marriage when I learned how to focus on what my wife was saying. We have an interesting thing at home. If we don't call each other by name before we ask them something, we don't have to respond, or we don't have to be blamed for not responding. So when she says Bill, I stop and I focus on her, and it's really helped. But it's humorous, but the reality is that's what it's about. It's about developing the discipline to focus on the needs of the present moment. The needs of the present moment. Just think about that. Am I focused on what's going on right now? Am I focused on what's happening on my at my desk right now? Am I focused on the people that I'm going to meet later today and the needs that I have for them? Focus is critical. So let's not have any fuzzy thinking out there. That's food for thought for today. Those are my thoughts, and as usual, I'm sticking with them. Have a great day.